So many times I wondered if I could pull this off. Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda. I'm an artist, graphic and web designer, and I make videos about art and sharing my creative journey. In today's video, I'll be reflecting on lessons learned from my most recent public interactive mural I made for Little Mekong Night Market. So this was my first time applying for call for art submissions. I honestly didn't know if I had what it takes. And getting accepted and then actually completing it was a moment that made me feel like maybe I am an artist. Like my artistic vision actually mattered. I didn't grow up with a lot of artistic role models, so I never really knew what it looked like to walk on this path. A couple of kids, they were like sisters, were riding their bicycle and they came up and asked if they could come down from the driveway, and I said of course. And when they passed by, they said it looked so pretty and it meant a lot to me. And one of them said that she wants to be an artist when she grows up. I feel like our world needs kind of more moments like that. I just hope that I can inspire more girls like that. Maybe I'm feeling a lot because I wish I had artist role models growing up, and to know that this thing I can do, that I can support myself with, not just something dumb and something to waste my time on. And coming from a science background where everything I knew followed a right or wrong path, and even the career path is scripted, whether you go into research or go into corporate. But art felt more uncertain, so I feel a lot of doubt about where I'm at. But maybe it's okay, and like that uncertainty is the beauty of it all, because it can be fun to figure things out and play along the way. So this project stretched me in the best ways possible. I learned a lot in a really short time. Like from hearing the project being approved to the actual show date was only about a month. And during the first week of that month, I was away on a trip. So I had about 3 weeks, and I spent the first week of that planning and figuring out different ways to like make the different pieces and seeing how everything should work. And the last 2 weeks was all about execution. The first thing I learned was that asking for help is powerful and difficult. I used to take pride in being self-sufficient. Like, I think being independent meant that I didn't need help. But this mural pushed me out of that mindset because of the timeline, because of the goal I had set, and because of the dream I had for it. So I asked for help, and I feel really grateful and lucky because every person I asked for help along the way had said yes. And that meant so much to me. I learned that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, but rather strength in a way, because of vulnerability and trusting in others as well to show up for you. And even after the event, when we weren't sure what to do with the mural when it's all done, and we had thought of an idea to donate the mural to a community center or a temple, but we didn't really have the connection yet. I was so lucky that during the event, a visitor came and asked if we would be interested in maybe donating the mural, and they helped connect us with a local Buddhist meditation center.
It's so funny how coincidence works. We wanted it to go to a temple, all of us to go to a temple. We said like, really hope we can find a temple, and we were really worried about what
and we were able to donate the mural to them, which was so emotional, and it made the whole like project feel like it had a proper ending. and proper send-off, and that the mural can continue to live on in a spiritual place. I also learned that setting big, fun goals are worth the risk. There had been so many times throughout the process where I thought, okay, yeah, I can do this, and followed by, I don't know how I can pull this off. But each time I hit a wall, something helped me through, and it felt like there's a weird magical force that's putting like help for me along the way that helped me overcome each obstacle I came across. Like when the lantern design took way longer than expected, my friends were able to say yes and help me make 400 lanterns overnight. And when I needed a big movable wall to paint on, my uncle was able to step in even though he didn't feel super healthy at the time. And when I got stuck with like technical painting difficulties like making the gradient smooth when painting the mural, a short break and a talk with a friend gave me a new approach, and it worked. And when Nick got sick and couldn't be at the event to help me with transport, another friend was able to help me at a short moment's notice. And during the event, when things started getting really busy and I was all on my own, there were volunteers to help for many hours into the night. And once Nick felt better, he was able to help me drive a giant 26-foot U-Haul so we didn't have to make multiple trips to deliver it to the temple and to bring everything else back home. I know it's been like over a month, but thinking about it still makes me feel really emotional because it was just so serendipitous how everything came together. Doesn't matter if it's like divine magical force helping me or not, it just taught me that hard doesn't mean impossible, and that big goals are worth the risk, because when you overcome each obstacle you just feel re-energized again. Another thing that came out of it for me is that art heals both the artist and also the viewer. I went through phases as I was growing up telling myself that art wasn't like a viable career option, that it was just a hobby. It wasn't necessarily what my family or what my parents told me to not do, but more so the societal expectation of what it means to be a good Asian. So I put art and creative passions aside, thinking that it's just a hobby and like it's not something I can make money with, and that the things I make can't change the world to be better, and choosing a creative pursuit would be the least responsible thing to do because I wouldn't be able to make a living that way, I guess. So I pursued science instead and only made art when I had the time. But even when I landed my dream company after graduating, I still felt kind of lost and unfulfilled. Since then, it has been, I think, about 3 years, and creating this mural and watching people like interact with it, talking to me about it, reminded me of what fills my soul. Like what made it extra touching was the visitor who helped connect me with the temple was one incident, and another one was when they just asked me about how I came up with the idea, and as I was sharing it, she started tearing up and it made me emotional as well. Because the world can sometimes be a scary place, and I wanted people to come together to share like a positive hope they have for even themselves or for the world, any like positive hope and dream, and just putting that energy out there together, I think is I think I'm just on my period. I don't know, maybe that's just what life is about. I mean, I know I can't change the world, but just even little things where people can feel a little bit more light and wonder, like, just means a lot to me. And this path is not like, it's not easy in any way, but I think it's good to help others feel more positivity in the world. I don't know, like, positivity just makes it sound so fluffy and like make it seem like I don't care about there being anything wrong in the world, that those don't matter. But like, it's in spite of all that, to find little moments where there can still be light and joy is sometimes all you can do. And it means a lot that people were participating in it and sharing that moment together. Sometimes we start doing things thinking that we're making them for someone else. Like, we're making it for a project, for a client, for an event. And we are, but along the way we end up healing parts of ourselves too. Like me, I feel like I'm still taking in what this mural did for me and how it healed a part of me that I never knew needed healing. So if you ever doubt your creativity, or if you've ever wondered if what you make even matters, this is your sign to start anyway. Like, no matter how big or small it is, give it a shot and you might be surprised at what you find along the way. Let me know in the comments what creative risks you have been wanting to take. To see more behind the scenes content about the mural, check out my mural shorts playlist here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more cozy, sometimes messy, creative content about my art journey. Take care and be kind to yourself. See you next time. Bye!